Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Coming live from Five Your Heart, children of God, and that's you, and that's you, and that's me, and that's me. So if anyone would like to attend court with me today, it's supposed to be Judge Arnold. He's the one that put the first PPO through. We had left the PPO in June and July to keep the murderer rapist away from me. It did not work. I did not show for court. I had turned in the paperwork stating all of the codes that were violated through Alan Bagley and his fake witness, including all the police harassment, sometimes week after week. He's having a rough day. So Judge Arnold's phone number is for the Zoom. That's at Monroe County, Michigan Courthouse. So today, if you'd like to visit with me and see how this goes today, because last week I was stated as being incompetent. They were going to try to refuse me a trial for the charges that they're putting on there that are violent charges. This is not to protect the police. It almost killed me. And then plus the drugging at the jail and all the false reports. Trespassing, no warrant. I mean, the list is so long of illegal activities and the abuse of power and the absence of civil rights and law. It's disturbing. Because over 50% of the police force is working with the trafficking in Monroe County, Michigan. Judge Arnold and Eicher and the rest of them are no more innocent because nobody's investigating what's going on with Sheriff Goodenough. And apparently he's extremely dirty because he let this go on 7 years with a bunch of psychopaths over at Brentwood. The silent bomb, dog poisoning, dogs chasing me, men stalking me day in and day out, mocking, glares, ridicule, military-grade devices being used at such a high level I would almost fall over outside, blinding, ear-ringing, nerves just shattered, cars broken down, mail tampered. A lot of it we had on video. The police didn't give a fuck. And it's the same with here. Metal brackets in the yard, trespassing, poisoning our well, redirecting our well because he was connected to the well. The girl coming over, harassing, bringing the dog. The dog's in our yard at one point. Finally, he put the fence up. This guy's a lunatic. He may have already murdered like 1 or 2 women, but it's okay. I'm the one in trouble for a human trafficking ring that I actually believe involves breeding. And I have my reasons and my proof of this from last spring with a bunch of pregnant women that I had never seen over at the house all ready to pop over there. Meaning, when we're trying to do yard work, we're not even allowed to do yard work. I'm not even allowed to walk my dog in my front yard, nor through the neighborhood. There's a bunch of other things to state. Now they have a cartel or some group across the street. They've had their large dog shitting in our front yard since November. Judge Arnold's number is 1946. I don't know if you do the 1, but it's 946-697-7105. Court is at 1:30 with Judge Arnold, and he let a psychopathic murderer, rapist, trafficker, drug distributor. I'm assuming he's into breeding and all kinds of dirty deeds. He let the PPO through. Even when I called the court, said it was false. Did they have any proof, video proof of me making threats? There was no proof based on anything other than potentially sexual favors handed over to some judges or cops. So, once again, we have 946-697-7105. And let's see if Judge Arnold can show up, because he hasn't shown up. And 2 or 3 of these, we were firing Attorney Rudy because he actually made all of these matters worse. These people actually watched part of the police brutality video, even though the dry rape was cut out of the beginning. And when they were blinding my husband with a spotlight and the neighbors were threatening my husband in front of the police. Did I say husband or son? They were blinding John as they were getting me to the other 2 cops, who I believe were more legit than the first cop because he was a rapist murderer. He actually torn up this because he was yanking my arm up the back of my back with the cuffs, while he slammed his penis into my behind on the hood of our car in front of our garage while I'm screaming for him to stop and hoping that my husband would hear me. So that's where we are today.